What's up guys, AcrezHD here again with another professional cinema 4D tutorial, and I'm particularly excited today because what we're going to be looking at is how to use global illumination within cinema 4D along with ambient inclusion to create this realistic studio render, so it's like it's actually being shot in a real photography studio. We've got these nice soft boxes reflected and we've got this nice seamless background, so that's all good. And this is particularly useful because it's pretty easy to do and you don't need to go out and spend your hard-earned money on any expensive plugins or anything like that. So this is a good workaround on how to get studio-like reflections and how to set up your scene with the seamless background. So let's not waste any more time and head on into cinema and get this thing built. So in cinema you can see, if I pull back here, this is what the setup looks like. We've got a couple of soft boxes and we got this nice kind of sphere light up here, and it's pretty simple to do, so I'm just gonna remove all these and we'll start from the start. Move these and we'll remove these materials for now. So first off, what we're going to create is that seamless backdrop, so you can see it's like it's in a real studio. There's no background, but we've still got shadows on the floor. So to do that, first off, what we're going to do is just add a floor, and we can do that by going to MoGraph. No, not MoGraph. Floor, there we go. And next thing that we're going to do is add a background, and we can do that by, in the same tab, background. And on the floor, I want you to right click on the floor, go to Cinema 4D tags, and then add a compositing tag. And once that's on there, click the compositing tag, uncheck self shadowing and check composite background. And what that's going to do, that's going to set up our basic sort of seamless backdrop. Let me just turn off global illumination so we can see what we're doing here. So it doesn't look like anything yet, but when we start to put our spheres in there and we get some shadows on there, it will look really nice. So first off, I'm just going to add 3 spheres. I'm going to hit Control C or Command C and Command V and just duplicate the spheres twice, move them over and position them nicely. There we go, looking good. So now in the example I showed you, we've got this overhead softbox, and to create that, what we're going to do is, if I add a plane, we'll move this up just a little bit so we can see what we're working on, and I'm just going to scale it down this way a little bit and scale it down this way a little bit. And now what we're going to do, we're just going to drop that into a cloner object. So if we go up to MoGraph, cloner object, and now what we're going to do is make the plane a child of the cloner object. So all you have to do is select the plane and drop it into the cloner object, and you can see straight away that's cloned the plane. But what we want is, we want to change the mode. Instead of linear, we want it to be a grid array. So that's all good. And then we just want to take the middle count down, reposition this, and then you just want to increase the size like so. Increase this size as well, looking good. And now we can move that up into the sky. Position that perfect. And now what we're going to do, we're going to create a material to put onto the plane and the cloner object, so we get these really nice reflections going on. So to do that, I'm just going to create a new material, head on into the material editor. I'm going to turn off specular, turn the colour to white, and then I'm going to check luminance, and that's all good to go. And then all you have to do is drop that onto your cloner object, and if we render now, I don't think we'll see anything just yet because we haven't got any materials on just yet, but don't worry, it will all start to come together very soon. So next, what we want to do is create the materials for the spheres. So again, new material, and in the example there was a couple of red ones, black ones even, and there was one red one in the middle. So I'm just gonna change the colour to red, drop the blue and green down, and I'm gonna check reflection. Under the texture of the reflection, I'm gonna add, for now, give it some realistic reflections, and then just drop the strength down and also the brightness so it's not too intense. Turn off specular as well, we don't want specular. Okay, and then we're just going to make the black material now. Same principle, but we'll turn this to black. You don't want it full black, you just almost black, you don't want to go all the way though. Turn off specular again, check reflection, add the texture, change the texture to for now, and drop the brightness and strength down. All good. And now all we have to do is drop these materials onto our spheres like so. And now what I'm going to do is open up the render settings, and I've already got them here: ambient inclusion and global illumination. And if yours aren't there, you can go to effect and they'll be in this category here. They aren't in here because they're up here on my one, so if they're not there, they'll be under the effects tab, and you just select them and then check. So I'm going to check global illumination and ambient inclusion, and that's all good. And if we render now, you can see the global illumination doing its work. It does take a little while, it can be a little render hog, so just be aware of that. And you can start to see now building up this nice scene with a seamless backdrop, and we've got some shadows going on and the softbox reflection. There is one more thing that I want to change, and that's in the luminance material. I just want to change the brightness of the luminance to around 250. We might have to go up to 300, we'll see how it looks. You can see straight away that's brightened it up. So yeah, like I said, it does take a little while with global illumination, but nothing too major. So straight away we get that really cool studio effect. And there was couple more things that I added, which was, I'm going to add another plane, move this up a little bit, select the plane, and I'm just going to resize it just a little bit. And now if we hit R on the keyboard, that's going to rotate it, and if you hold shift down, that lets you rotate the plane within degrees of 5. So you can see it goes 5, 15, 20. Change that to around 90 degrees. Oh, we don't want to do that. And then what you want to do with this is just position it just over here. So you want it over to the left, move it over here a little bit, and if we hit R on the keyboard again, Just going to rotate it right and rotate it that way a little bit. So if we look now, that might need moving up just a tad. Move up there like so. And then all you want to do is drop the luminance material onto that plane. So if we preview this now, just get this set up. You can see that now we've got that extra softbox in the back, and we can do this again by adding another sphere, and then hit T on the keyboard to change the size, and then we're just going to increase the size of this new sphere, and once again we're just going to move it over to the right, somewhere over here is good. And then once again just drop the luminance material onto the sphere and you're good to go. If we preview this now, you can see global illumination doing its work, and we can already see the reflections. And that's looking really nice because not only is it reflecting the soft boxes, it's also reflecting the other spheres and the reflections within the other spheres, if that makes sense. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today. Just a quick look at global illumination and how to set up a realistic studio lighting scene. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you very soon in another tutorial. And also don't forget to rate the video as well, guys, it really helps me out. So thanks a lot, and I'll see you later.